Episode 7, New England Sports Media Podcast, back on the mixtape grind. XRighty, Ahmed Ali, proud Deering High School alum,
Yes,
as I
sir.
am as well. I was telling Liam I remembered your 30-point game at the Expo against Gorham your senior year. Do you remember that?
Yeah. It's probably my best game as a Deering Ram.
Yeah,
Remember that
I
day?
I remember that. It was a Christmas tournament, I think. They had that
Yeah.
huge kid on the Gorham team. Anyway, now Maine's mixtape god, kind of, Ahmed
Kind of,
Ali.
man. I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
So tell us about XRighty, obviously on Instagram, on Twitter, all that stuff. But tell us about what you're doing and kind of what you've been up to, your goals and everything with your kind of media career you got going.
So, man, it kind of started because my basketball career ended due to health reasons. I kind of had to just stop like right away, just cut off. And I kind of took some time to just go back and regroup and get better and whatever. And then I kind of looked at like the landscape and kind of like the interest that I had and were building, which was like video type of stuff. And just to get back into the groove of things, I would just go out just locally and just film games and, you know, get reacquainted with players that I knew like locally who've grown up a bit and made it to high school and stuff. So yeah, I just been doing that, and with my goals with it, like everything has been changing, like is on the fly. Like I didn't even know that I'd make it this far with it. It was kind of like a side thing, and just kind of grew into its own thing. So I have like nothing really that I don't have any like real long term goals with it. It's kind of just things just pop up, and I just go from there.
Did you
I
have
see
any
you
like
got
training,
you got like
training on video stuff?
What'd you say? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Did you have any like training on video stuff before you started this, or are you just all self taught?
It's all self taught. YouTube videos, some follows, just looking around, and then basically just me, just error, like trial and error through the whole thing.
I see you got like 2,000 followers on Instagram. Like, what was the what was it like at first trying to build that page, and what feedback did you get at first? How'd you get those followers?
It was tough at first. Like it was me sending out DMs, like trying to get people to give me like a chance, like hey, like I'll come through to like a workout or to a game, just basically just moving like that. And slowly I just kept getting followers. I would go to events and stuff. Like I would just, man, it was a lot of no's, a lot of seen and no responses, just a lot of that. And then I really got bigger this past season when during the basketball season, like I would just show up to random games and I would just make a mix of the game, like a 1 minute mix, tag all the players that I can find from both teams, even if they didn't play, just tag them into and just get them to repost it. So yeah, it was just that. And then it slowly just kept going and going.
Yeah, we know how that is too. Like even just writing articles about these games, you gotta tag everyone, just
Yeah.
everyone possible to see the article.
Yeah, like I would like as soon as I finished like the game, like I would have like the program and I would just search up kids' names and just click through for like an hour, just trying to find every kid and then get that ready. Then I'll make the video, put the video tag like 15 to 20 kids in it.
So,
So
I mean, obviously, I'm from Maine, and I know you. And even when we were in high school, not that long ago, like who mixtape existed, but
yeah,
there were no one making mixtapes in Maine. Like
yeah,
until I guess the trophy mode guy and you. And that's pretty much the only people that
yeah.
have started that in the last couple of years. Um, how did you kind of like? Were you surprised that there's been a hole like that for that long, and why did you want to fill it?
Yeah, definitely surprised. Just where we are now, I would have thought that there would have been more people like just doing it because it's such like a void. Sports are very popular in Maine, so it just shocked me that there's no one going out there and getting these kids on video. I like remember I had this plan like a few years back, then I got sick, and then I saw Trophy Mode just came up out of nowhere and started doing it, and I was like, oh damn, okay, cool. We got one person there. I gotta start before it gets crowded, So it's just yeah, definitely shocked by it. I was like, there's so many kids that are talented here, and all they really need is just that right video at like the right time, or
Right. Do you
yeah,
think, like, for you, obviously, like, you were, pretty good high school player. Were you like 6'6", 6'7"?
yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
yeah.
think if you had more like video exposure, you may have like gotten better like recruiting and stuff? Like, do you think that that can help kids?
Yeah, definitely. Especially like I didn't really do the AAU thing for like personal reasons. I had like family stuff and everything. But this is such a easy way for kids, like even if they don't want to do like the AAU thing, if they just have videos, like not even like the sort of like the camera on like the tripod at like the top of the bleachers, not that kind of thing, but like up close, and having people like advocate for them, like people see my following and they'll send me like a DM and they'll be like, hey, what do you think about this player or that player, Like I just feel like kids need that person on their side to advocate for them, both with like visuals and like the word of mouth too.
And have you considered doing like any like documentary style projects on these kids too?
Yeah, definitely. That's something that I'm definitely trying to do. I have something in the works with the AAU Pro program down in Saco. I already did one video with them. It's kind of put away for now until we start back up because the whole COVID thing, like the quarantine, and put a pause on all the stuff. But yeah, that's actually like my favorite thing to do is to tell stories rather than just doing like the mixtapes. Like the mixtapes are super fun, but I definitely want to go into telling stories and giving the kids a spotlight. Yeah.
Do you plan on doing that? Like, if there's a high school season this winter, like, do you plan on maybe like even combining the two? Like going to a game and getting the kid to talk about kind of like what their life has been, what their story is, but also maybe throw some highlights too.
So, yeah. So one plan that like, I just hope that the season is gonna be here because I was trying to do like some NFL films type thing where you mic up like the player and stuff, and then just give them like just follow them like the whole game. Like I feel like that would be a fun thing to do. Just random things like that, Like I'll watch like and like Hard Knocks and like NBA type stuff, and like they're mic'd up in the on the floor, stuff like
Yeah,
that
that's the
would
one
be.
great thing about high school is like people care, but also the access is unlimited. Like I'm sure you could mic up a kid. Like I don't think there would be any problem with that, and nobody would care.
Yeah, definitely. I just gotta hit up the kid, and I'm pretty sure that they can talk their coach into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
How do you choose the music for the videos too? Just like stuff that you've been listening to, or like do kids hit you up and say like I want this song in my video?
Yeah, it's basically like the kids are hitting me up about it. Me, I don't really listen to the music that comes out now, so I'm kind of like out of the loop with it. So I just like the kids will just say, "Hey, I want this, I want that." I'm okay. I'll try to find like the clean version of it, because of course, like I'm trying to put like my work out there too. Like I don't want it to be looking crazy, but yeah,
What do you think about, I mean, obviously like someone that I didn't know in Maine basketball, like that Ben Tier, like the coach guy, it seems like he
yeah,
has a huge kind of like following, and also just a great relationship with all the kids around the state. And I know you covered a couple of his events and promoted some of his events. Um, what was that experience like for you? You put out a ton of content from those 2 days, especially the girls one. Like what was your kind of like goal going into these events, and how were you able to kind of like come out with it with all that different stuff?
So my goal was to reach out to as many people as I possibly could. I went to the first one last year, and I went in there with like the goal that I just wanted to do videos. And what I found out was is hard to get videos of every single girl there and make it long enough to get stuff out. Like I shoot for that Instagram like minute, like 50 to a minute. So like I learned last year that it was hard. Like I got every girl last year, but I got like 20 seconds. So this year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to do photos, and I'm pretty sure that I can get every girl in there with some photos. Um, and I did, and I just mixed it up. I kind of did like the photo like burst type thing, where it's a bunch of photos and it looks like a video. Um, but yeah, I was just going out there just trying to build more, trying to talk to the kids more, and spread my wings out a bit. Like I know a bunch of the kids there from the season and stuff and prior things, and like I met some more kids too, which was cool. So I felt like it was a really cool event.
When you walk into a gym like now, obviously like the Deering kids probably know you, the Portland kids probably know you, but if you walk into some random gym, like some random AU game, do you think the kids know who you are?
I would think locally, yeah, here in Maine. I had goals of spreading out into more of like the New England region, but of course things were shut down for a bit. But definitely here in Maine, I have kids walk up to me. Um, I was flying my drone out the other day, and I had like a random kid just walk up to me. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing here, man?" So yeah, like I live around here. I'm just flying out my drone. I talked to him for like a little bit. It's all really really weird things. Like it's just weird. Like I'm just like I'm just me. It's weird, but it's super cool though. It's cool.
For each video you do, like how long does it take you to edit? Like how much work time do you put into everything?
Um, Man, probably to edit it like maybe 4 to 5 hours of editing. Um, yeah, 4 to 5 hours. Could be more, could be less, but usually like that 4 to 5 range.
Do you think people realize like how much work it actually is?
No, no, no. They just think that like people are just funny, man. Like the kids are so funny. Like I'll come to a game and literally like that night will be like, "Hey, can I get the video? Like, is it done?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's not done yet. Like I'm gonna need like a few days to do it. Maybe up to like a week. Like
It's
it's
not
just
your
funny.
because it's not your full-time job.
Yeah, like it's not like I'm doing this on the side, and I'm trying to get it out like as fast as I can, but it's super tough. Like I don't want videos to look the same. I kind of want to get better and improve and have people look through my page and be like, okay, he wasn't the same person that he was like a month ago or like a few months ago. Like every video, even if it's like a little tweak, I still want it to be, a little bit different from the other ones.
What types of things do you change like per each video?
Um, I would try to get a little bit cleaner with my cuts. Like if you look back at my older videos, the kind of clips would run long. Um, I'll try to get better at like cutting out like the fat and stuff and making transitions a little bit smoother and easier. I watched a video about eye tracing and what the viewer does when they watch a video. It's kind of like to direct their eyes where you want them to go and stuff. So I kind of did that for my last two videos. Like I'll have you like a cut like a person will be in like the middle, then I'll cut it where they're still in the middle. And if they move to the left, the next cut will be them on the left and they'll just move and sync like that. Music, effects, things like that.
Does anyone like critique your stuff? Like, do you have kind of like a mentor or anyone that looks at your stuff? Or it seems like you're pretty self motivated and you're watching videos and doing everything on your own. But is there anyone that you kind of like ever shoot your stuff over to and say like, "Hey, what do you think about this?"
I try. Like I'll just see like a random person and I'll send them like a video and be like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And sometimes they'll talk back and sometimes they don't. But I kind of just know for myself. Like I'll just watch it and I'll be like, I could do a little bit better here or there. Yeah.
What the when you were in high school playing, like you probably had quite a few of your games were like covered by like people who are writing about it.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's important to have like the another type of media covering it? And do you think that people writing about it is also important? Like, do you think you need both, or do you think that one or the other is better, or is it both that makes it really like a better sort of like culture?
I think honestly, like the more the merrier. I feel like different perspectives can help a lot. You can have like the newspaper side where people who are they'll probably have been covering it for quite a long time if they and like they've seen a bunch, and I feel like that point of view is very important. But you can have somebody who just graduated from high school or somebody that just graduated from college giving like that youthful side of it, and can give that perspective, can give that insight, because they can kind of feel what the kid is going through. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like the more the merrier. You know, like you should just be able to, you know, take in like a source of information from anywhere. You know.
And looking at like, so what you've done so far, like, do you kind of anticipate like ever bringing on other people into your brand, or is this kind of a individual thing moving forward?
I mean, I'm free to anyone trying to collab with me. I've had kids like they hit me up and they'll be like, "Hey, we should do like a video together." I'm like, "Yeah, like I'm down," you know. Um, I kind of like working by myself when I show up to games and things like that. But I mean, it just depends, man. If like the vision is something that I can get on board with, then I'm definitely down for it. But I kind of want to like work for, you know, a bigger outlet and kind of get to move around more rather than just being locally here, you know. I kind of just want to spread my wings a little bit, with that.
What type of things do you watch? Like you're talking about Hard Knocks. Like, is that something, a place you'd want to work for at some point?
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be awesome. Just anything with like storytelling based. Like I like it could be at like a college. It could be hard knocks, so like with NFL films. It could be like NBA stuff. It can be baseball stuff. It could be tennis stuff. Like I'm not opposed to anything. Just anything with, I'll be able to expand, you know, expound on things and be able to tell stories and have like a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you know, yeah,
And like, I love Hard Knocks too. That's my favorite show, probably. It's
yeah,
crazy, like how much footage they get and like
yeah.
how they're able to compress it into 50 minutes. Like, it's insane. I don't know what makes like a certain level of footage stand out from another one, but they're able to do it. It's crazy.
I know. It's awesome, man. I love it.
All right, awesome. Ahmed Ali, XRighty, the pride of Deering High School, used to rock the goggles in basketball games.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The goggles,
Legend.
man. I still have those too.
Yeah, you should
My
break
house,
them out. You should when you film the game, you should break them out.
right? I should, man. I should get a t-shirt and have my goggle face
Yeah,
on
we
it.
almost made a T-shirt of one of the BU basketball players one year. So
Really?
yeah, about him
That is,
standing on a
that is
disc.
And
hilarious.
people would wear 'em.
But yeah,
Yeah.
man, Ahmed Ali. Appreciate your time. We enjoyed talking to you.
All right, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Keep
All
on
right.
going, man. Love it.